I'm Chris Kay, President International of 72 and Sunny, and I'm joined with Cliona Hayes from Indeed. Hey, Cliona.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Tell us a bit about yourself and why you're at Cannes this year.
Yes. So as you said, my name is Cliona Hayes. I work at Indeed. I am the Senior Director of Global Advertising and our brand there. Based out of Dublin, but work globally with all of our global partners across our various markets. What brings me to Cannes? It's really all about learning. It is an amazing place to learn from the best, see the award-winning work. It is so unbelievably inspiring, and we're able to take away so much from it. We have wonderful interactions with many of our partners. We're here with a lot of our agencies. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted. We are working
it's
and
day 2
hustling.
already.
I know. It is only day 2, but we've met amazing people.
Right.
We are going to have amazing conversations post-Cannes. I think it's where it all starts, lighting all of those fires and then really following up when we go back to make sure that we follow up on ideas. It's just really, as you said, it's like a day and a half, but it feels like 2 weeks.
Well, it's an amazing thing where the world comes together for one moment. And I don't think in our industry you get that often.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing just to spend time with different people from different places to really see what you can learn.
Yeah.
One question I've got is we love seeing our partners shine. And so what standout moment do you want the world to know about your brand right now?
Well, you help us shine. So thank you.
That's very kind of you.
What standout moment? I think I know everyone's talking about AI, but it really in our business at Indeed, we are transforming the way people get hired, the way people look for work. We are at this real pivotal moment where technology is transforming. Instead of people going out and looking for jobs, if we understand you, Chris, what makes you tick, what you've done before, what are the skills that you've acquired, we really understand your profile and we're able to say, have you thought about doing this? Yeah. Even skills that you didn't know you have, we're able to say, well, actually, we can pivot you into this direction, or have you thought about these courses? It is a fundamental shift in terms of how people get hired and how people look for jobs. And I think when you said what's the most exciting thing, we're really leading something extremely exciting.
Which is a really clear mission.
Yes.
And so the next job is, how do you get that mission as a message out into the world? And so do you feel like you've delivered that? And how is Indeed doing that from a marketing perspective?
I think that's kind of what we're working on at the moment, is helping people understand that transition. I think in terms of like historically where we've been and how we bring our message to the world. About job seeking, there's a universal truth across all of our markets, across everywhere, that job seeking can be really difficult. Yeah. It is extremely personal and it is extremely emotive. That is universal, whether you're in Germany, India, Australia, the United States. So there are universal truths that we have, but in every market we are culturally very different. Yeah. So the British, for example, don't really like to talk about salary, whereas in France, for example, presenteeism is a real problem in work. So we have global insights, but then we really understand how do they show up at a local level, and we make sure that we are delivering our universal global brand messaging, but then really making them culturally relevant depending on what market we are in across all of our different channels. Yeah. It's no longer about like matching luggage, but really about thinking about that ecosystem and meeting our job seekers where they are and in whatever channel they're in.
And I love that as a new way to global, because it feels like you're landing on a really clear global proposition, but then just being extra clear on how that comes to life locally. And I don't see many brands doing that. Is that intentional?
Yes, because we haven't always done it that way. Just being honest, and it is much harder. Yeah. As in, there's a lot more work. There's a huge amount of production that goes into it. You're looking at every market, you're going deep. We have been in a place really in our infancy when we started advertising, and many global brands do a kind of a plug and play and might change a voiceover or might, change things for different markets. But really we learned along the journey that isn't as effective. And yes, it is more work. It can be more expensive. We're hoping AI is going to help with the efficiency, but ultimately it pays dividends in terms of relevance for your consumer and your brand and business, obviously your business metrics in the end. So the work does pay off for higher relevance and more engagement with our job seekers and our employers.
Yeah. So we're at Sports Beach, where there's lots of very tall basketball players.
I know, everywhere. So cool.
And so sports is really important. How important is sports to you as a brand, and how are you utilizing sports to connect that message to consumers?
Yes, sports is hugely important to us.
Yeah.
Especially in the US, but also lots of markets. So there's very few opportunities for appointment viewing anymore, as we know. And if you're looking for scale, so from a media tactics standpoint, there's very few things that can give you scale like sports can, especially in the US. So we have, when we launched our campaign, we were huge sponsors in the NFL, the MLB, the NBA. We have a lot of partnerships there, and that is wonderful. As I say, from a tactical standpoint, we have an amazing partnership with Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany, part of the Bundesliga, and we started that partnership 8 years ago. And really the idea was we wanted to get into the German culture. It was hard market to penetrate and really to infuse ourselves in, and it has really helped us be part of the fabric of the culture there, tapping into people's passions. And not only are you on the jerseys, are you able to create content, but we have partnerships with DAZN, with Sky, that really bring that to life and the content to life. And we know from our metrics, we heavily understand the data or to show what that is doing for our business, and the affinity and the propensity of people who understand our partnership are more likely to use Indeed. So we really track that brand love.
I love your point on physical experiences becoming more important.
Yes.
And do you see more brands like yourself spending more money in sports, spending more money in culture, because that's a way to connect? Is that something that's going to be really important to you in the next few years as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the experiences all over Cannes are incredible. We were just talking about Pinterest doing amazing work. People are crafting over there. People are actually getting tattoos. Chris actually asked me if I wanted to get a tattoo together.
This evening.
Not sure about that one, but that's all about the experiences and you know, Pinterest giving those experiences. Stagwell here with Sports Beach, but it's not just about Cannes. It is about, and we're seeing it in a lot of the work. It's the campaigns are giving you the impetus to go out and create these experiences. It's all about community. It's all about bringing people together and really having your brand at the heart of that, or really facilitating that connection.
And then when you look around Cannes, and I know it's only day 2, so maybe you've not seen all the work.
I have not.
But when you look around Cannes, or when you're looking at the awards or looking at the content that people are making here, what themes are you seeing in Cannes this year that maybe you'll take forward as a marketeer?
I'd say every single person in this room have said AI, but it's hard not to. But you can see the pendulum swinging a little bit differently, or the narrative moving on. So of course, we're all using AI. We have to use AI because it will really facilitate efficiency and effectiveness in terms of our production and our work. So that's there, but at the heart of it is keeping AI human. I loved what Thor said from Apple. It's, we're in the driving seat, but AI is riding shotgun. So really it's all about, like, we're holding the pencil when it comes to AI and all about that. I think other themes, you know, it has been all about purpose. That conversation's moved on. It's now really all about personality. And a lot of the work, I was fortunate to be one of the shortlisting judges, and a lot of the work is all about personality. We see Heinz doing amazing, playful work. So I think the purpose is still there. I mean, I come from a brand that is all about purpose, social impact, really affecting people's lives. But when it comes to how you deliver those messages, I think personality is really coming through.
I'd have to agree with that. I mean, out of all the work I've seen, it really feels like brands are just trying to land who they are and what their world is and how they feel. And that feels like the real connection point. And I agree with you that when I've looked at previous years, purpose has been the fuel for awards, but personality feels like it's a new unlock. And it's really interesting to watch that shift. And so I think final question, being at Cannes, what's the one thing that excites you most about the industry right now? What's the one thing you're going to take away?
This industry always excites me, I have to say, and it's always for different reasons, but it's always comes back to the same thing. It's how can we creatively deliver our message? It's always changing. I always say it's not for the faint-hearted. Now we've got AI, we've got a million different platforms. When we started, there's only TV and print. So I think what's exciting is taking everything that comes at us with a very positive mind frame to going, okay, well, this is something new. how do we make sure that we wrap it in creativity?
Yeah.
I think the AI piece, there's a whole swing back from homogenized generica.
Yeah.
So everything excites me. I think there's just so much opportunity. And even though there's a huge amount of clutter, I think that puts the onus back on us, on brands, to break through, be risky, and do something that's going to make people stand up and notice you.
The risky thing is really important to me. There was a conversation I was overhearing earlier just about the confidence coming back in the industry.
Yep.
Do you feel that? Do you feel there's a creative confidence in people trying things and things being put out there that maybe brands might have not done before?
Well, it's hard not to when you're sitting here with like the good and the great to feel confident that I can do something amazing like that. And our team and everybody, I do feel that there's a confidence. I think that there was a little bit of a lashback, I think, on all of the DEI stuff, a lot of the purpose, and a lot of people were following and in pursuit of that, but that felt maybe vacuous in places. So, and I know we talk ad nauseum about authenticity, but if people really show up authentically to their brand, I think that, and the personality there, those things together is the unlock for the confidence. Just be who you want to be, and that pertains to brands too.
Great. Well, look, thank you for your time. Confidence and personality is a great takeaway. Thank you.
Thank you.